Alright. I am just on time. Just ever so barely on time. And by on time, I mean 15 minutes late. But you know what? Yeah, it's not that big of a difference. You know? It's just, what else do you expect from Minecraft Monday but to be just a little bit late? And not happening at all depending on the time. I shouldn't be talking during this section because it always lags my computer. Like every time I go back and watch this bit, I am always laggy as hell. For at least a couple seconds. Alright, what's going through my minds? I took off my pants. Don't want to do that. That's gonna finish. That's gonna be done. What have I done with all this stone? Wait, what have I done with all this stone? That can't be it. That cannot be all of the stone that I have made. I have none? Did I finish putting stuff over here? I think I did. And I haven't even finished the fence. Not only that, but I also still didn't quite figured out the lighting. I also think I miscounted this. No, I did not. Okay. Maybe a little, because I feel like I was supposed to have stuff here, but the way this is shaped, I definitely won't. I'd rather have this walk space than shove that out and put stuff on the walls. Okay. It's fine-ish. Fine, it's fine. Was the game loud? I feel like the game is loud. Bad. Okay. What was I working on? I'm pretty sure I'm still kind of just working on storage. Did I finish the enchanting table? Yes. Now I just need another 5 levels. So let's make a few of these. Right. Let's grab a little bit of this, some of this, one of these, and prepare for sleep. Yep. Got a lot of this stuff. A lot of amethyst. Alright. Sleep. Let's go extend the wall. You know, if I had just a little bit of dirt, which I'm fairly certain I've used all of, I am a big fat liar. Where did all this... Oh, because I... Not out. beep. Whoops. No. You're now my horse. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Put on those. Got a little bit of iron. Make like... no, wait. 8 of these. 9 of these. Then I can make... Oh. Boop, 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 boop. That only made 8. Oh no. Well, it should be fine. Maybe that should hang a bit higher. I feel like my inventory is messed up. I feel like things aren't in the places I normally have them. Can I do this? Alright, I wonder if that's enough nightlight. Really can't tell until I spend a night over here. A bunch of these. Let's start putting them up. Alright. I thought for a second that I made exactly enough for all of them. I missed one. And even then, I still need more chests. More chests, more item frames. Are these going to interfere with anything? No, I think they've been placed perfectly to not interfere with shit. Wow. Yay me. This one will. That one will interfere. Wait. Yes. Damn it. There we go. Now I just need it to be nighttime. It is nowhere near. Check some other things. Get some crops. Moo. This is why I keep you on the opposite end. I really should not have put you so close to the farm. Lurk, I'm busy and I'll talk with you in a bit. Alright, man. Good on you for not procrastinating. That's what I would be doing. That's what I've been doing. That's what I am doing. I mean, what? Ah, yes, more potatoes than an Irish famine. Thank you, wood. Was that there when I passed by and I just totally walked past it because I didn't want to fuck with it? I believe it. Perfect. Whole stack. Oh. Now, let's check this place at night. I'm amazed at how actually lit up this place looks. This one area might be the only place that's a little dark. But even then, it's not bad. Definitely no monster should be spawning. Even if I... I'm hoping to put a little bit of... Can I? Yeah. Can't put much there right now. So I will settle for light. Settle for that for right. Later I'll put maybe some glowstone or something. Jack-o'-lanterns upside down. Alright, so there's that. I would like you to be here. You to be there. Make a decision on what to put there. Preferably something like this. Cobblestone. Alright, I have gotten the first row. The same cannot be said for these item frames. Feed some cows. Look at all of you calves that have grown up. Congratulations on not dying in the cull. Anyone else? No? Did I get everyone? Alright. You all come over here. All of you. Hello? Thank you. Bye. Good kitty. I would love to have more cats all over the place if there were no creepers and no phantoms. But... Hello. You have caught me at the beginning of the great chest purger. I need to give the most random TED Talk style rant. Is it cool if I hop on voice chat and give it? No, you can. I mean, I assume. Shout it out to the world. Why not? It's not like I was talking about anything important.
to
Mr. Mastiff.
Mr. Gigahertz.
What has grinded your gears to the point where you need to give a TED Talk?
Naruto. But it's okay. I know I've given rants like this before, and in the past I've given some real hot takes about what I thought the good parts of the show were.
My hot take is that there aren't any good parts. Anyway, continue.
Well, I've realized a way to say how I feel about this, why I feel the way that I do. TLDR, I really like the early show because it had good world building, and because everything was conceivable. It made the world feel kind of real, you know? So, in the early show, they make it a point, in the early parts of the show, they make it a point to show that this is a ninja society in the modern world. That most of the world is not ninja stuff. Most of the world are just normal people living their everyday lives, and it just so happens that the militaries in this universe are ninja villages, so to speak. Right?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
That's a cool concept.
Yeah.
They show like a lot of the traditional Japanese cultural points that the ninja villages hold to, but they also show with the Leaf Village that they are wearing like modern tactical gear and using radios.
Okay.
So yes, we're at a good starting point.
Yeah.
They show there's a school for these ninjas. They make a point that certain families have special hereditary techniques that make them very special, very like a cut above the rest, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to talk about like the pilot or a lot of the early episodes because a lot of that is just setup of introducing characters. I want to start at the Zabuza arc, the first real mission that they get sent on that turns out to be far more than it was supposed to be. Okay. Because originally, they were just coming here, if I'm remembering correctly, to escort a rich guy. Right?
Yeah.
And it turns out that there is a famous rogue ninja, an infamous rogue ninja that has been sent after this guy named Zabuza, who uses a big-ass sword. He's infamous because in the village hidden in the mists, out of his class of 100, he was the only one that survived because he killed all the rest of them himself. He was too brutal for the village hidden in the mists, and became to avoid, partially to flee from the consequences of his crimes and to become stronger, he forsook the village hidden in the mists, became a rogue ninja taking black market contracts. That's a badass. They lay him out as a badass.
Okay.
And then let's look at the teacher of the students. Let's look at Kakashi. He was Anbu Black Ops, which are the special forces among ninjas. They are stealthy. They are among the best of the best until you start getting into like legendary heroes, right? Let's not talk about what happens to Anbu later in the show, just for now.
Okay. The
Anbu Black Ops are the best of the best, and he was famous among the Anbu Black Ops. And has since retired to be a teacher.
Okay.
So we have our badasses laid out.
Alright.
The combats...
Badasses in place.
Badasses in place. The combats are interesting.
Right.
Because while they do explain what is happening. They explain what's happening while it's happening.
Right.
So things are in motion as they're being explained, which is very dynamic for this era in anime.
Yes.
They do the hand symbols,
Mhm.
and they do them slow enough that if you kind of memorize what the hand
You
symbols
could totally
are,
do them in real life.
you could totally do them in real life, and they're laid out in such a way that you can figure out what's happening by the meaning of the hand symbols if you've done your research.
Mm.
So it's really cool.
Right.
And they even hint at, like, the hands are moving faster than we see. We're seeing them move this slowly because this is how Zabuza and Kakashi see them. They can see the hand signs. And they make this whole point of Kakashi whips out his secret weapon. He reveals his Sharingan Eye, which allows him to copy any jutsu that he sees happening in front of him.
Yeah.
Yada yada, which tells you this is serious. He's giving it his all. Right?
Yeah.
And Zabuza uses a jutsu, which makes the water around him reshape into a dragon, which Kakashi copies, and they cancel each other out. But it's openly stated, if that had hit me, it would have killed me instantly.
Who said that? Kakashi?
So, Kakashi, it's not said in so many words, but Kakashi says that was a very dangerous jutsu. If it weren't for my Sharingan, I'd be in real trouble right now.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Like, he pretty much admits, I would have lost this fight if not for this special advantage that I have.
Mm-hmm.
So we're getting a feel for power levels. This famous rogue ninja, this famous Anbu Black Ops badass going at it. And in the mid, you get to see Haku, who has a hereditary art, which in many circumstances is not that useful, but if he can lock someone down, is horrifically powerful. So it's quirky, it's niche, and it's creative, and you have to be creative to defeat it. Which the creative thing is, don't overthink it, just smash the mirrors.
The creative thing is, hit harder.
Yes, don't overthink it, is the creative thing. And at this stage in the story, you have Sasuke, who has been coasting on his prodigy status, and is finally challenged, and has to actually start trying. You have Sakura, who is kind of the Hermione Granger of the group. She's very clever.
This is before she was useless.
No, she was already useless because she broke down emotionally anytime anything happened. Her sole character trait was emotional.
Her sole character trait was girl.
Yeah, kind of. But she was the Krillin. She knew about everything.
She was the Dragon Ball Z Krillin? Okay.
Yeah, she was the Dragon Ball Z Krillin.
After Krillin fell off, at least Krillin had a point where he was good.
Yeah, she understands everything that's happening, and with effort, she can kind of keep up with Sasuke. Not really, not at all, but at least she can do what's being asked of her. And then you have Naruto, who at this point in this show is having difficulties and overcomes any trial that he has with sheer determination. He is very, very powerful when he gets something right. He's all power, no precision, and just has to try. And like I said, everything he has to do through tremendous and repeated failures. It's all determination. So you really have this interesting team who are being pushed to their absolute limit, and a teacher who's being pushed to his absolute limit. Yada yada. Zabuza ends up dying in a heroic sacrifice, being stabbed like 38 times with various weapons sticking out of him to do his thing, right?
Wait, hold on. I think I lost you somewhere. Wasn't Zabuza supposed to be the one killing them?
Zabuza was the one killing them. There was an emotional story arc that I'm not getting into here.
Okay.
The story arc was good. It's been a long time since
How
I've
the fuck did you get up there? There is just an iron golem on top of a village stall.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. Continue.
No, it's okay. That's hilarious, frankly. There was a very interesting emotional story arc that went on, and to some degree, if I'm remembering this correctly, which I may not be, Kakashi basically realized that the person they were supposed to be escorting was a real shit, and kind of pulled the technicality of my students are mortally injured, so I'm gonna have to turn a blind eye to this. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. So, yes. This ends, and we have seen an interesting series of things. We have seen, okay, Anbu Black Ops are the special forces among ninjas. They are famous for how effective they are, and we have seen the power level of someone who is famous among the Anbu. You know? We have seen a rogue ninja who is infamous among all the villages, or at least infamous in his own village. We have seen what should be power in this world. We have had a power level set. We have gotten to see how the jutsus work, why they work, and in some ways the movements of energy to make it happen.
Here's where it goes wrong.
It starts to unravel in the Chunin exams, but not entirely, in my opinion, because you start to get to see these are students that are far, far ahead of our team. You see Rock Lee, who whoops ass in this section because he can't do jutsu. He can't do ninjutsu.
Yeah.
So he has trained to be an incredible martial artist.
Yeah.
And it is stated in his fight with Gaara that at his current level he could keep up with a lot of adults. You know?
Yeah, martial arts wise.
Altogether, he is so good at martial arts that he could have kept up in the fight with Zabuza, for instance. Like, they literally criticize his teacher for how hard he has pushed Rock. They criticize his teacher. There is no reason that you should have pushed him this hard, that he should be this powerful at this point. This is a statement, and it is a dumb one. You have overdone it. And it is kind of laid out that he's pretty much the only person that could have stood up to Gaara at this point. Someone else with a mythical tailed beast inside of them. So, yes. You get to see interesting things like Tamari using the wind to slash at people. You get to see Shikamaru using creative techniques. You're still seeing a lot of creative uses of ninjutsu to overcome problems. And then they introduce the Rasengan and Shirori, which are two abilities that are functionally identical of dump a whole fuck ton of chakra into your hand. You can only do this so many times before you're done for the day. With a Chidori, you can do it. You might be able to do it an extra time, but it's gonna fucking kill you because once you are out of chakra, it will just eat your life. And the Rasengan, if you just don't have enough chakra to put into it to make spin in your hand, you don't have enough chakra to put into it.
Wasn't there also a problem with the Chidori where it just kind of forced you to move forward just really quickly?
The point is that you are dumping and concentrating so much chakra into your hand that you can't maintain it for long. So you have to use it as a trump card you create it and then make a mad dash for the person in hopes to strike a hit. It is a Hail Mary pass because you can only hold it for a brief few seconds and then it's gone. You know? And the Rasengan, its downside is that it requires so much fine control of your chakra to use it because you're having to make all of these micro adjustments to make it spin. So the idea here is that by Naruto learning to use the Rasengan, we're showing that he has more chakra than he should, and that he has learned fine control of his chakra. That is what it should be saying. And then it's showing the increasing recklessness of Sasuke to keep up with Naruto's determination. And to keep up in a world where people have outsped him even with his prodigious skill. And, yeah. The end of the Chunin exams is what I consider to be the end of good Naruto. Because we see the Hokage, a man who is famous across the world for having mastered 1,000 ninjutsus. Right?
Yeah.
And he fights against Orochimaru, one of the 3 legendary ninjas, who is legendary for his progress in ninjutsu research. So you have the man who has mastered every ninjutsu known to man, pretty much, and the man who's invented more ninjutsu than anyone ever has, fighting each other. And that should be the power cap of the world.
But it isn't.
In my opinion. The end of the Chunin exams should have been, okay, we have shown you famous people fighting, we have shown you what prodigies in their fields do, and we have shown you some of the most powerful ninjas on the face of the goddamn planet, and we have shown you what they can do when they are taking things seriously. Now let's explore what we've set up.
But
instead, immediately after this, Naruto very quickly steers off of victory through determination to victory through increasing power. It goes from determination versus technique to power versus technique, and then power versus power. And once you go to power versus power, very hard to come back from that.
Yup. You know what the funny thing is?
Huh?
My Hero suffered the same arc. My Hero Academia.
Mm-hmm.
Of starting out kind of unique, world building, having a main character who was definitely not the protagonist. I mean, he was, but he was not the super genius of his class.
Mm-hmm.
He was not the most powerful student. And then things keep escalating to the point where, yeah, no, he is because reasons.
Yeah. I mean, it devolved into, the final fight in Naruto was just a Dragon Ball Z fight.
Yeah. I mean, all of the big 3 were kind of like that.
Yeah, they all kind of went there, didn't they?
Yeah. They all kind of eventually just... Because that's what it all devolves into.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's really hard to write clever and intriguing combat, but it's real easy to write spectacle.
Oh, yeah. I was also rewatching recently, what was it? Log Horizon. I was rewatching Log Horizon, which I know you have not seen, but hear me out. The first season of Log Horizon is critically acclaimed. It's really good. It's a good show. Because the first season focuses on immediately after they get to this new world. Everyone is confused. There's a panic. They call it the apocalypse, and with good reason. everyone has just been yanked from their home and is now in a fantasy world. Not one person got isekai'd, everyone got isekai'd. And the worst part is that everyone got isekai'd at their level of the game. So if you were in the endgame content, you were great! Imagine me getting isekai'd into Final Fantasy VII with
14.
Ram's current... Into Final
14.
Fantasy 14 with my current level.
Yeah.
And being told... not being told whether or not dying will actually kill you. Not being told, you know, can I ever go home? Just... everyone gets brought over as their main account. And currently that's mine.
And imagine it... I know this isn't touched upon, but imagine if you were stuck with the content you had already paid for. So there are people at different level caps.
Yeah. No, that's crazy. But, that's luckily not a concept they go into, because that would be wild. No, they explain it as though there was just, like, yes, there was just new content released, but it doesn't sound... I don't think anyone had to pay for it? I don't actually know the answer to this.
They just got updated.
Yeah, it got updated, and everyone who was online during the update, because that's a thing, I guess. That's not like they have to take down the servers for maintenance. Anyone who was live during the update got dragged into the world, right? So that's the concept. And the entire first season is coming to grips with it, and forming, you know, groups and making a government and just kind of trying to put order back to things. And that's basically the entire first season, is just trying to find order. Because order is not there. And then, once order is established, they now have to come to the grips with this world is like the game in most ways, but is definitely not the game. NPCs are alive, monsters don't do the things that they should be doing, and
they aren't bound by AI anymore.
And oddly enough, some flavor text is coming to life, but that really gets saved for the second season. They kind of hint at it the first season. The first season primarily revolves around NPCs, like building a government, talking to NPCs, and monsters acting out. That's season 1. And season 1 is pretty good. Season 2, for some ungodly reason, the entirety of season 2 focuses primarily... the first half of it focuses primarily on a single raid dungeon, and what that means in this new world. Like, what a raid means when you have to live through it. Which is not a fun thing to watch. It's interesting for all 5 seconds, but they don't use characters that you're invested in. They grab a bunch of side characters and have you invested in them and the, like, 3 people you've met before. And then, back at the homestead that isn't going on this raid dungeon, one of the characters is having major self-reflection that she really should have had the entirety of season 1. Which can be melted down to girl power and friendship.
Oh.
Yeah. Girl power, friendship, believing in yourself, whatever. There's a bunch of things that can be melted down to, because it's not a good side plot. But even then, if I call that the side plot, then the main plot is the raid, which also doesn't make any sense, because they've barely ever cut to the raiding party, and when they do, it's not interesting. It's personal grudges, meaningless leadership. Like, am I fit to lead? Because, you know, I'm just a nerd. I'm just a gamer.
I'm just a gamer in a world where being a gamer means everything.
Right, but it's the like raid leader, because everyone's looking at him like he's some kind of big leadership position, and he's like flying by the seat of his pants. But his
greatness, if you will.
Yeah, and he ends up giving a speech that is, I swear to God, 20 minutes, a whole episode that I'm sure when it was on TV had a commercial in the middle of it. He gives a 20-minute long speech that boils down to, we are gamers, we don't die, we respawn. Now let's get back in there.
That's stupid.
Yes. Like, it boils down to everyone called you a loser because you kept playing a stupid game. Well, guess what? We're right now in a world where being a gamer is the best thing. Basically, what you just said, he said that, but it took 20 minutes. It's so bad. And that's the first half of the season. That's a whole 12 episodes of those two plots. The second half of the season... What was the second half? Oh, it focused on all the kids. The second half of the season really focused on the kids. Which, I have nothing else to say to that. It was just these low-level people. Which, by the way, for some reason, all of the low-levels are all kids? Like, I don't know. All of the low-levels are kids.
With almost no time to actually play, who just played casual? None of that?
No. Almost none. If you... Like, there are some people that are just kind of, like, in the 30s when they show up, in, like, the 40s. If you are below level 20, you are probably, like, a 14-year-old. 16-year-old max. Like, I don't know. I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is just how they did it. Oh, shit. Oh, shit, that's bad. Wait. Did I don't know where I am. I don't know if I want to stick my head up there. Nope. I can't come down here, right? I'm gonna stop digging in that area. There's like a whole cavern above me. Anyway. Yeah, just the second season was really meh. Oh, and then there was a third plot, very small, like only a few episodes, but the entire third plot was the main character. He's supposed to be like the big schemer. He comes up with all the plans and he does all the things. He's come to the realization that, you know, he can continue, like, he might have found a way to get people back home, but there's a lot of people that may not want to go back home. And they would be leaving a lot of things kind of to chance, because this world kind of depends on adventurers. It doesn't function without them. So,
and this is, by all accounts, like a real living world.
That by leaving, he would be leaving to destruction. So he's like super hyper focused on trying to like decide between the two. To the point where he stops all function. Like, a really important thing pops up, and he needs to take charge of the situation, and then just doesn't. And that's it. That's the whole plot of the last part of the second season. And then is eventually snapped out of it by all of his friends going, "We need you." Which, I mean, granted, that is something that someone needs to be told every once in a while. I get it, but I mean, you know. The whole season just did not flow properly, did not work. And the whole reason I watched it again recently is because I saw that it had a third season, and for the life of me, I didn't remember anything past the second season. I remembered there being like a special or like an OVA or something, but it wasn't like a full season. So, before even checking that third season, I rewatched the first and second, because I don't remember what went wrong. I remember something went wrong, but I didn't remember what it was. And then, I get to the third season, the like, opening cutscene starts. I realize that it's not the theme song, because it's one of the few shows that kept the same theme song over 2 seasons. I realize that they changed the theme song. I recognize the theme song. I have watched this season, and the moment the theme song ends, I don't know why, that Log Horizon liked doing this, but after season 1, the beginning of the second season started with, you know, this is the story of how we died. Like, it does the thing where it tells how the story is happening at the beginning of the story, which is a bad plot device. Like, don't do that. But it did it again. And I remembered the entire plot. The moment that it told me what was going on, I know that I had watched this before. I just didn't check. And it was so bad and so forgettable that it didn't register. And that was that was why I went and rewatched the whole show. And I didn't even finish watching that third season again because I didn't need to. Like, ooh, it's bad.
You have reminded me of a little bit more of the TED Talk that I need to have.
Okay.
So you know a lot of the cool things that I've said about early Naruto.
Uh-huh.
Would you believe that power creep retroactively ruined most of it?
Yes. As it does with most shows, but go on.
For instance, it's later revealed that Kakashi, as a part of the Anbu Black Ops in the Great Ninja War, had a lot more tricks up his sleeve than he showed, and was light years more powerful than we saw in the Zabuza.
Yeah, because it's not like all the teachers had a training arc. Like, most of them, they show up and they are at the strength that they're probably going to be at.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, they have a flashback where they show child Kakashi, like 10-year-old Kakashi, using more powerful techniques than he used with Zabuza.
Yeah.
So...
using the Chidori.
Yeah. Using advanced Chidori.
Shin Chidori.
No, Twin Lightning Shiver, where he throws someone into the air and like dashes side to side through the air, making trails of lightning, and then like piercing down through them with it. It's ridiculous.
Gotta love when people do flashbacks of characters that they're stronger when they were younger.
Well, that can make sense if something happened to them to make them...
Right, like, that's one thing.
Retroactively, what it did is it made it look like Kakashi was massively holding back to the point that he almost let his entire team of students die because he was goofing off.
Yeah. So you know...
it's just a big list of stuff like that.
You know what's funny?
Mm-hmm.
I have given up and I started watching something that's currently really mainstream. Jujutsu Kaisen.
Mm-hmm.
And everything good about Naruto that you kind of brought up happens in Jujutsu Kaisen. Like, there is major world building. They explain how this, like, other half lives. They explain how all the powers work. Everyone does have kind of specific powers. To the point where once you figure out someone's power, they're probably not going to do something wildly different, with rare occasion. But most of the time, they've got a power, that's their power. How is their power decided? It's decided for them at birth, so says the main teacher character that is not Kakashi, because he wears the mask on the other side of his head.
Mm-hmm.
He wears the mask over his eyes, not over his mouth, and he also takes the mask off, like, a lot. But a lot of the things that you were mentioning, like how the explanations, they actually give reason for why. They don't have a Sakura standing there and explaining things. They explain why the characters are explaining things mid-fight. Because their spirit techniques are based on human thought. Like, all like, curses, all ghosts are based on human fears. So all of their curse techniques are based around human, it's this general human consciousness. If you explain to your enemy how your power works, they're now expecting it to work, which means that it's now more powerful. So people will just straight up explain how their powers work in the middle of a fight. And I think I said this to you once, there was a really funny scene where they're fighting this kind of serious character who doesn't really enjoy fighting. And it's a curse. It's not like one of the wizards. It's not one of the good guys. It's just a monster who can speak, who's developed thought. Because normally they're pretty monstrous. They're thoughtless creatures. But there is a, if they're strong enough, they become sentient. And she starts explaining her power, and she just goes, I don't know why I'm telling you this, but if I do, it becomes more powerful. It's just like, normally I wouldn't be explaining this to you, but I've been told it makes it stronger.
Power forged in human belief.
Yeah. And I think that's such a good way of subverting the, like, why are we explaining this kind of, like, non-stop action step by step? Because it's in character to do so. They're not breaking character, they're not talking to a fourth wall, they're not talking to themselves in exclamation that the person they're watching is so cool. No, motherfucker, I have a power that if I point at you, you will explode. And now that I've told you that, it will happen!
Yeah. And it even kind of gets around the whole, even if you tell me, that doesn't mean I believe it'll happen, because it's working on your subconscious.
Right. Like, it is sub-thought. And there's some really cool little explanations, like the main teacher, who is basically the actual main character of the show. Like, most people consider him to be. He's the Kakashi, but who is given all of the respect that Kakashi kind of deserved. The main teacher, basically, the story goes, when he was born, all of the world's monsters got stronger as a response, as a defensive mechanism, when he was born. He is that world's pinnacle, quote unquote. And his power is described as infinity. Not as though he has infinite power. He actually has a very finite pool of power that he's very good at using effortlessly. No, his power is that he takes the space between him and his opponent, and when his opponent moves half that space, he then has to move another half, and then another half, and then another half, and then another half, and then another half. Infinitely.
Yeah, he warps space infinitely.
He warps space infinitely to create a complete barrier around himself. And that is his superpower, that just infinite space. He also has, like, he can create small black holes, but that's, he clearly has a gravitational power, but that's how he explains the barrier, is that I just have infinity. You will walk closer to me, and there's just infinite amount of space. And I can close the gap and hit you, and he does this by having his enemy, like, he puts out his hand, just, go ahead, try and touch my hand. I don't sense any malice from you. Fine. Like, there's just a moment of, like, stalemate between the two of them, and he's just like, go ahead, I'm gonna explain my power to you. Alright then. And he tries to reach out for his hand, and it just stops. He can't get any closer, and he can't pull away. Because he's moved into the infinity. And then, what's his name? Goro, teacher guy, just reaches out and, like, I can touch you, and there's this very smooth animation. I say this only because the high-ass budget show. This is very smooth animation of the teacher just reaching out and grabbing this curse's hand. And they're like, we can just sit here and hold hands for a little while. We don't have to keep fighting like this. Except for the fact that you're evil. We kind of have to keep fighting like this. I am going to kill you, but I mean, we can just sit here. I'm kind of embarrassed now that I'm thinking about it. It's like, just a real funny little bit. Yeah, there's the world building, there's the powers make sense to the point where someone will explain what their power is, and then they'll do it. And there's also fun little things, like one of the characters can switch places with somebody when he claps. Right? He claps his hands, and it's like you're a transmutation wizard, where you just conjuration wizard, where you just switch places with somebody.
Mm-hmm. Full on Warframe Loki teleport.
Yes. But right, when he goes ahead and explains that to an enemy, because we have seen him use that power twice now. He swapped places with the main character, and he swapped the main character's position with somebody else's to interrupt a fight they were having because he wanted to fight the main character. Because that's just that character. He's all that in a bag of hats and said, "I'm fighting this fucker. You guys move on." And then they start teaming up later because it was real Naruto shit. It was the real student tournament or whatever they call it. It wasn't quite Chunin exam, but it was something similar. Anyway, so he explains to the big bad, like, I can swap places with somebody willing while I clap my hands. And the main character says, wait a minute, that's not your shh. Because we've seen it happen before, but at the moment, I wasn't thinking about it. Because he's only used this power twice. But he can swap places of other people. He can swap places with not only himself, but with not only someone willing, but someone unwilling. So whenever he claps, he just swaps two people on the battlefield. And he just goes, just keep punching and don't stop and trust me. And he and the main character just start beating up this enemy that is just supposed to be, like, it is supposed to be equal to the teacher in strength. Like, they came here to assassinate the teacher, or something along the lines. And they take it down. Quite, like, they reduce it to a pulp, and then the teacher shows up, and it tries to run. It's just, it's all very interesting. How some shows will learn from their predecessors, Jujutsu Kaisen learning from Naruto and its faults, and some people won't, being what I think to be My Hero, not learning from its predecessors. Because I swear, Deku had all of Naruto's growth arc from obtaining the Rasengan within, like, 17 episodes. Maybe 25 maximum. When did he get the Rasengan? Naruto got it, like, episode, like, what, 70-something?
I don't know. I never look at episode numbers. I know arcs.
Yeah, it was after the Chunin exam, which I know was forever.
No, it was mid-Chunin exam between the Forest. It was after the tournament that was after the Forest of Death, but before the final tournament.
Oh. He had
the Chunin exam came in 3 parts.
Did he have the Rasengan before fighting, what's his name? It's not Neji. Is it Neji? Neji? What's the guy with the blank eyes?
No, you're right. He learned it after the Chunin exam because he was trying to keep up with the Chidori.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, it was while he was traveling with Jiraiya and them trying to deal with Orochimaru.
Yeah, so he only figured out the signature technique of his after the big tournament. So that's 70 or so episodes in, maybe 80. 25 episodes, and Deku gets the full cowl, where he can kind of use the superpower instead of breaking his arms. Hi, what are you doing in my house? Why did I come in here? I have a random item that I'm no longer putting in here. I finally got some gunpowder. That was my first creeper slain. Good on me. Need to think about something, because I've been bouncing around these chests for longer than I should be. Because I just need coal and sticks, and I can move on. I have sticks. I just need coal. I have coal. Yeah, what was I saying? Deku's obtaining of the full cowl was a fairly simple kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And like all that like arc of growth that Naruto had, Deku had as well, but he had it just really quickly, which also led to the vast power escalation that followed immediately
Mm-hmm.
after. I don't know why My Hero feels like it skipped an arc for me in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Because it went from the Overhaul arc, which I think Overhaul was solidly in the good show arc,
Mm-hmm.
to the school festival arc, not the school tournament, school festival. Which oh, hello Roland, welcome to the data stream. Beep boop. Yeah, it followed up by the school festival arc, which was solidly meh.
Mm-hmm.
But at least, at the very least, what the school festival arc showed was that Deku was capable of handling a real villain that, like, cops and other heroes have been having problems with by himself. No
Mm-hmm.
outside help, no breaking of bones. This was straight up Deku's first nemesis, and it was really not even a bad guy. It was just someone who needed to be stopped. He was basically a viral prank puller, essentially. And he needed to be stopped. And then following that, I believe following that was just the arc where he gets the new superpowers. And then I feel like it skips. Like, I feel like after that, nothing of major significance happens.
I feel like I heard someone say that the school festival arc was mostly there for fan service.
There was definitely an arc that was mostly there for fan service. Again, the school festival, I think the best thing about the school festival was Deku taking on a villain entirely single-handedly. No outside help. He did not break his bones. He was not super tired at the end of it, because he then went on stage and danced afterwards. Like, there was just, you know, just a hero doing his thing, which is supposed to be what's happening all over the world, is just heroes living their life, stopping petty crimes, or major crimes, depending. I am back at the spider spawner. Interesting. No diamonds this whole path. Rough. Yeah, that's the only thing I remember from that arc. I don't even remember if there's anything after that arc, but before the tandem training arc, which was also pure fan service. The tandem training arc was entirely, hey, people really liked this B team that we had for the school festival, all these side characters, so we're just gonna throw them up against the main cast. Like, this is just the return of the sports festival arc. All the characters that we haven't seen since the sports festival, they're back, and they're doing stuff now. And they've been doing stuff, and they're stronger now. I'm forgetting something. I know it to be true. But whatever. Either way, so immediately after Deku gets the superpower, they cut to what the villains have been doing, because they've been quiet for a little while, ever since Overhaul. The villain team has been quiet, and even during Overhaul, the villains really weren't involved. They had a few spies, so the League was there. But they cut to what the villains are doing, and the villains are having kind of a training arc of their own. I need to make new tunnels. The villains are kind of having like a training arc of their own. And they go and invade the, like, extremist group. So the villains are invading the rebellionists. I don't want to call them, I don't know what to call them. They are, we have quirks, why can't civilians use them for good? You know, we have the right to walk around Texas with guns at our hips. You know, that is what's going on. I think they call themselves humanists? I don't remember. Either way, it is the villains versus this extremist group. And when they inevitably win, it just becomes one big group of villains that I feel like almost immediately from that moment cuts to all of the heroes trying to stop this big group of villains plus extremists.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I don't know. There's a weird jump cut, I feel, between those two things. Like, Deku has started learning, like, mastering Black Whip in his time of training that we don't see off screen. He's starting to learn how to float, which was All Might's master's superpower.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another power that's in his system. And it just cuts to this massive war, and once the war stops, once the war starts, it never stops. The war starts happening, main characters, like main teacher characters, all start dying left and right. Like people with fan clubs. People got butthurt about some people losing their lives. And it kind of sets the tone for the rest, because you've seen what the tone of My Hero kind of turns into. Probably. Anything from the later half of this most recent season is practically in grayscale because of how gritty everything is.
Yeah.
Like, the entire...
It went from a soft boy anime to kind of grimdark.
Yeah. It did the shift that DC did that nobody liked. Let's be honest, a lot of people liked it, but not in retrospect. So, it did the, what's the word? It did the major tonal shift from that point onwards. And it feels like they missed something. Something got lost in translation from writer to print. I don't know. Or maybe this is just the plan. Maybe this is just where he was going with it. But it feels so sudden to take such a serious turn on the show that you have been doing. Because it's gotta be near the end. But, like, it has been probably 100 chapters already since the war started. And the manga's only 300 chapters long. Like, the manga is not... A third of this manga is grimdark, anti-hero kind of stuff. They have lingered on this what is probably going to be the final season for so long. Meanwhile, I'm reading Welcome to Demon School Iruma. And
it has new stuff out?
Huh?
It has new pages out?
It has, I mean, the manga's way past the manga is way past the anime.
I'm aware.
Yeah. Like, the anime ends by introducing a character that has been around for, at this point, nearly half the manga. Like, the anime's... I kind of both like and dislike this about modern anime, specifically the shonens that used to run alongside their manga counterparts. But they're so slow for the adaptation. Like, they do a great job, and there's significantly less filler now, granted. But there's so much out. There's so much spoilers. And at that point, like, I don't know. I was saying this as a negative, but when I'm thinking about it, this is all just positives. If you like a show enough, you can just go and read the manga, and it just keeps going. To the point where now, not only can you not wait for the next season of anime, but you can't wait for the next manga to drop. Like, it's actually doing a good job of promoting the manga, which I don't know why I started this as a negative. This is only a positive thing. I just wish animes came out faster, but I'm ignorant for saying that because I know damn well what happens behind those doors, and I would not wish faster upon those people. Like, you know? It's a double-edged wish. It's a monkey's paw wish, but I wish it anyway. Animation is hard. Do a great job, please. I want my fix. There's a lot of great shows that came out this season. The Saints Powers Omnipotent apparently got a second season. I was just totally unaware of. It's like already 4 episodes dubbed and 6 episodes in. It's only going to be 12 episodes. There's a bunch. I don't know why. I don't know why so many of them. There's a bunch of isekai that all came out at once that are all definitely video game related. I don't know why, because the isekai well has been kind of dry recently, especially for the video game parallel worlds. A lot of these isekais have gotten definitely more into the fantasy or Alice in Wonderland and dreamlike state, or reincarnation just in general, and has been kind of skipping the video game aspect. But I don't need lava. I need to be careful. I'm gonna dip into this lava soon. On the next dig. Words? Words. I don't have any. A lot of good anime coming out. I'm watching a lot of them. I need to stop. Huh?
I just don't have the time.
Neither do I. I have realized that I keep posting about how I have the desire for murder, and I have realized that that is probably due to this overwhelming feeling of dread that I am continuing to procrastinate things that I'm supposed to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like some of those things are for my hobbies, the things that are supposed to be fun, but I'm procrastinating them anyway. Like
You're procrastinating them because you got so much stuff to do overall that you don't feel like you have the time to do the stuff that you would do for fun.
But that means that I'm not doing the things I want to do for fun, and I'm not doing the things that I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
This is...
Yeah.
It's just...
But it's understandable why you do that.
But it's just not... But so then what do you do other than just do? Like, what do you do in that scenario other than just get over it and do it?
Well, I have 2 things to say to you. You're not going to like either.
Uh-huh.
The first one is that motivation has momentum. That once you get started, you tend to continue. Does that make sense?
Yes.
The other thing that I'll say, which is perhaps a little bit more, perhaps a small bit more Brain, why have you stopped? Brain, why have you stopped?
Stop mid-sentence. How dare.
ADHD brain. It happens.
Gotta love it.
You may be committing to too many fun things that you want to do.
Not...
For instance, I'm realizing that I may just have to not do the Saturday D&D game that's coming up.
Oh, that just means it's not
because
gonna happen.
Between stuff that I'm doing for my Final Fantasy XIV guild, frankly, the 2 D&D games that we run a week, like, most people are running a game once a week if they're lucky. We're running 2 a week. That's more to keep up with than you might think. You know?
Man, I remember the good old days when we had 4 games a week and someone was still debating whether or not they'd start DMing.
Yeah, but we also all had nothing else going on.
Yeah, the roaring 2020s. The beauty of lockdown. Actually,
everybody's getting new jobs.
Yeah. Keep saying it, it might happen.
Everybody's getting new jobs.
Yep, there we go.
With different schedules.
Uh-huh. Where? I got diamonds. I got 2 diamonds. That's so lame. I don't even really know what I'm digging for. I'm just digging.
Yeah, sometimes you just need to. You just need brain dead stream.
I've had
You just can't move
I've had a
forward.
lot of those recently. Like aside from like the building of the storehouse last stream. Like that was the only thing I did last stream. Everything else was brain dead talking to chat.
Yeah. But
Which
that's kind of what Minecraft streams are. Right?
oh fuck, you're right.
Like, unless you're specifically running like an SMP or whatever it is, like there's
Yeah.
a story going on and
Yeah.
other people are with you. It's just kind of, yeah, I'm just chilling on Minecraft talking to folks. But I feel like I should be engaging. I feel like I'm not doing enough. Weird how creators can have imposter syndrome or have performance anxiety.
Get out of my head, 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 get out of my head.
You're not successful enough to have imposter syndrome yet, but performance anxiety makes sense.
No, I do not have imposter syndrome.
You do have performance anxiety, however.
I have that constantly, but I've had that since I was like 3.
I believe that's what they call mental illness.
My parents grew up off Broadway. At the age of 2, I crawled onto the stage, stood up for the first time. Probably wasn't 2. The story was I stood up for my first time by crawling onto an off-Broadway stage.
That is not performance anxiety. That is the opposite of performance anxiety. That is confidence. That is, here I am. Love.
I believe I did say vaguely the words "ta-da."
Ta-da! What happened?
Huh? What happened? I don't know, man. Dunning-Kruger's proof. I made the mistake of watching a PM Seymour video today, and it called me out.
Did it?
Yes.
Which one was it?
I'm assuming you also watched the same CMP Moore video.
Did one get released today?
I believe it was today. It might have been yesterday. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I was thinking Puffin Forest. Yeah, PM
No,
Seymour.
PM Seymour. PM Seymour put a video out, and one of the things that he said, reading off of Tumblr, was, man, I just spent all day side questing and haven't progressed the main quest at all. And the response to that was, I know you're talking about a video game, but that is a solid analogy for my life right now.
Yeah.
I have just been spending all day side questing and not progressing the main storyline. And I've been doing it for weeks! Why do I keep walking in here? I'm gonna break this habit eventually. This isn't my house anymore. I mean, it is. It's where I sleep, but it's not where I keep my shit. I keep my shit in the musical House of Wonders. Okay, this pickaxe is gonna break soon. Let's see. Gold, diamonds, lapis, redstone, and rain, shut the fuck up. Grab all these glass banes, sell them. You guys are still out here working?
Huh?
Mr. Mayor! A good one. I've sold all but 2 of my glass panes. Why was that in stereo?
Good question.
I think the priest just cast thaumaturgy. You know what? We can keep a little bit of cobblestone. Hi. You know, just real quick, what do you two sell? Nothing wondrous. No, wait, come back! No! Don't do it! I know what you're doing! Don't you dare! No! No! He's a fisher now!
How did he randomly become a fisherman? Did you not lock him down by making a purchase?
No, there was a barrel. I need him to get a decent See, I needed potatoes. I needed somebody to purchase all of my potatoes.
Oh. And you didn't get in contact with the British.
Or the Irish.
There's a lot going on there.
Alright, I have now purchased from the said farmer. He is now buying my potatoes. Good for you. Now I can put these barrels back. I think I've locked in almost everyone in the village except for the weaponsmith. Because the only thing I can purchase from the weaponsmith costs like 20-something emeralds just for an enchanted sword that's not even that good. But I honestly don't know what else to swap him for. Like, let's see. Hey, buddy, if I break your job block, will you run off and find a new job? Please don't. I bought 2 iron swords for no real reason. This is just the only way I could lock that guy in. I don't even really know if I wanted him locked in. Jeremy, what are you doing on the outskirts of town? You don't need to be here. Put you in there. Hold on to you. I can put these in here. I'd probably go and unenchant them. Now that I've said that. Oh, hooray, the rain has finally stopped. Damn it. There's probably a lot of experience in there. Need one cobblestone. Before 8 and 1. Oh, you know what? Let me just use a charcoal. No reason for me to use the good stuff. Okay, let's see how much experience is built up in here. Works, right? Did I do this right? Okay, yeah. If you don't know, if you put a lever in front of this, things won't go into a hopper. Minecraft tutorials. And if you've been using auto smelters like this, you just pull something out manually and collect all of the experience that you've been hoarding, which is only 3 levels, but you know it got me over level 30. Was it books? It wasn't books, right? I was getting fortune, I think. Some level of fortune. Probably. No. No. What was I obtaining? What's my... Infinity? Power 4. That might have been it. Just power 4. I still don't have arrows. Need 1 level. Think. Get you a level. I cannot think with all your mooing. Make more of yourselves. There we go. Perfect. Where am I going? And now... Wait. Looting? Nope. And now... we pray. Fuck.
And now we pray. Fuck.
I mean... it's Silk Touch, and that's not nothing, but I mean, like... I was really hoping for the other one. Like, that's a fine pickaxe. I'm gonna use it, but I mean, oh, if only. Can unenchant this thing. Happy. This axe is close to breaking. I just want fortune. I need fortune. I really can't progress in this game until I obtain fortune. Was I selling my stone? Something I remember? Did somebody buy stone from me? I will take fortune 2. It's not fortune 3, but it's something. I just suddenly need 3 more levels. Brian, do you have stonemasons living with you? Oh. Hello, Father. What are you doing out here? Why are you... Oh, okay. Well, actually... Can't hurt to try and level you up a bit more. I'll come back with more emeralds. I have a stockpile. Nope. Hey, Brian, are you... Whoa. Sorry. I actually came here to speak with you. Yep. That is not enough. But that is enough to go and talk to the cleric some more. Where did Father go? I've forgotten their names. I've forgotten all of their names. My mind is blank. I haven't had conversations with them in so long, other than Brian and Jeremy and the mayor. I know Clark, and I know one of them is Charlene, I think. I think I'm wrong with that, actually. Level up. You're selling glowstone? Gonna need more of that in a bit. I'll be back. I didn't think I could get glowstone yet. Can't believe you can get glowstone. I really need to look up villager trades. I don't actually know what they do and do not sell.
Yes, you should. Like, villager trading is one of my favorite ways to play the game.
Like, you can't get potions without going to the nether, right? That's not something that the clerics actually sell, is blaze powder.
I don't think so. No, you can't get blaze powder from them, I don't believe.
You sell ender pearls? I'm gonna keep buying glowstone from you, though. Oh, you cut me off! Cheapskate. I will buy some ender pearls from you, though. What is that? Oh, scoots. Yeah, God, fuck that. I will buy some ender pearls, though. And then, doesn't a cleric max out sell you bottles of experience? Yes, they do! Pleasure doing business with you, sir. Master. He. Okay. I will take a fortune 2. Well, hold on. Let me just double check. No. No. Yeah, I will take a fortune 2. And it's pretty freaking good. I need to keep enchanting pickaxes, but I can do that. And now, everything I will obtain will be multiple times stronger. I want to go replace those lamps with some glowstone. Specifically these ones. Yes! I probably could have turned them into lamps, but meh. Raw glowstone is fine. Although now that I've said that, how does one make glowstone lamps?
Good question. Next question.
How does one make a light source out of glowstone?
Well, you see, you take the glowstone dust, and then you turn it into a glowstone block, and now you have a light source.
What if I wanted a lamp?
Next question.
Fuck. I don't know what I expected. You know what's funny? They made the new archaeology stuff, but I don't think there's any way to actually like locate those other than just wandering.
Hmm.
I don't quite want to do that just yet. Let's put all this stuff back. I walked out of that pretty well. I got some glowstone. I got some ender eyes. I've lost all of my emeralds. Just all of them are gone. You've used up the large majority of my diamonds. And now, I need to go mining again. This time, I will do so in the iron level. I need more stone so I can sell it. I would like to get Fortune 3 before I continue mining for diamonds. Got Fortune 2, which is good. That means now I should be self-sustaining. The only other thing I could use on these babies is mending, but I still haven't made a library. You know, how did I obtain mending in the last world?
Oh, you're talking about the last world that you streamed. I don't know.
I feel like I had it, but I can't, for the life of me, remember how I obtained it. Or maybe I didn't. I do not know. I do not remember. What was I working on? Where am I? I know I still can't do shit to that, It's been a while since I dug at this level. Okay. I'm gonna go here. I realize that I'm staying very close to the block I've just mined when I know that there's a massive pit in this direction. And I need to stop doing that. Lest I fall to my death and the end of the run. It has happened once, it will happen again. A separate problem is that I am actually running out of bread. I mean, don't get me wrong, I have plenty of food, I just haven't cooked any of it because I've been nomming on Chatloaf, but Chatloaf is so iconic! I can't just abandon Chatloaf, can I? Can't start acting like Chat Beef is a thing. Chat Chop?
Cat Chop.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm really sad. I spent so long drawing the Wilson hand on the loaf of bread.
Mm-hmm.
Only for like a week later for like an update to come out from Minecraft, that texture pack to no longer be feasible. Even though nothing got added during that update. But because there was an update, that texture pack no longer works. It will not accept it, and I don't know what value I need to change in order for it to do so. And, like, could I just go and grab that loaf of bread and copy it onto this bread's icon? I should, but I tried to do that, and it didn't work. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I barely managed to finagle the first Chatloaf face. Because, trust me, I was having so many problems that I was ready to give up, and then I found a solution. Don't be lazy and just draw it myself. The problem I kept having was I would copy and paste an actual Wilson head that I got Will to just color change for me.
Mm-hmm.
Using his Photoshop that he owns. And I kept trying to slap that onto the bread, forgetting that the bread was like 24 by 24 pixels. So whenever I would slap it onto the bread icon, it would either turn pixelated, or the bread itself would become a massive pixel. Neither of which are good solutions. What else is here? Why do I have... Oh, I don't have water. Feels so good to rip through stone again with an actually enchanted pickaxe. And this is only level 4. The efficiency reaches level 5. Here I am, hovering over a pit of death once again. Gotta love it. Pits of death. Keep hearing lava, but I'm not seeing lava. And I'm not at a lava level, which means it could be in my face at any time. And I know it's not my chat alert that is lava bubbles, because I'm seeing it in the subtitles. I still find it funny that in the last couple streams I've been rewatching, I've had it stuck on Minecraft alerts because I just never took it off of the Minecraft alerts, and I have been getting more scared by the Minecraft alerts in the wrong games than in actual Minecraft. What was the game I was playing the other day? I think it was just straight up Pokemon I was playing like yesterday or 2 days ago. And
Yeah.
the follower alert went off, and it freaked me the hell out, like completely so. Like I was talking and I completely lost my train of thought. I lost all sense of time and whatnot. I straight up jumped in my chair just to beep boop. And I don't even know why. That's not a scary one. That's not something I'm supposed to jump for. Then again, I think I did it today when someone followed. Maybe I just need to turn the sound alerts down. No, that's not fun. I answered my own question. I will not. So I responded to something you said earlier with I do not have, but then again, I don't actually know the official meaning of it. What does imposter syndrome mean?
Imposter syndrome is where you have success that you don't feel like you've earned. You feel like you have tricked people into liking you. Your friends don't actually like you. You've tricked them into liking you. You are not the good person that they think you are. You haven't earned the success that you found. It kind of fell into your lap, and you're just struggling to keep up, and you're just you're hoping that nobody sees through your thinly veiled illusion when really you have earned that success. Things like that.
Okay. Luckily I don't have that. But again, I'm not successful enough to have said imposter syndrome.
Well, like I said, it can be about friends too. Things like that. People say that you're a good person, and you have this internal monologue of, "Oh God, I'm such an awful person. I've tricked them into thinking I'm a good person."
I have that internal monologue, but I smile at myself wickedly and twirl my mustache. Yes, continue believing that I am the wholesome one of the group.
Well, in some manners you are.
Yeah. Depends on your definition of the word wholesome.
As our ace arrow friend. In some ways.
There you go. Wholesome in the fact that I'm not the one who posts the picture, but I'll certainly comment on it.
Wholesome in that I am the peanut gallery to others' debauchery.
Nothing more wholesome than a peanut.
Nothing more wholesome than a nut.
Nope. And see, we have strayed from wholesome.
Man. Take all my fun away.
I shall. Why are you following me? Leave me alone. I'm trying to crop. Potatoes. No, 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 do not eat the raw potato. Bad Remy, bad Remy. Bad sheep, take that tin can out of your mouth. Where are my farmers? Oh, wait, that is you. Thank you. Goodbye. Father! Give me father. If I need more. Thank you.
Forgive me, Father, for I have skinned.
You are for... You've what?
I've skinned.
Skinned what?
My brother.
Explain.
Proceeds to graphically describe how one would skin a human being alive. I don't actually want to say all that on stream, so I'm just gonna go for that.
Yeah, no, that's the best way of doing that joke.
I just had "Forgive me, Father, for I have skinned" come to mind, and I had to say it.
That's fair. Typically how that works. Iron, copper, coal. Huzzah, hurrah. Hi-ho, it's off to work I go. You know, wait, do I have another diamond pick? I do. I have 2.
I still love the achievement, isn't it, Iron Pick? Because it's such a tortured pun. It's such a tortured pun.
Is the word supposed to be ironic?
Yeah.
I wish I could help this golem get off of this roof. But I don't know how to do that without fucking up all my torches. Just jump! Do it! No balls! No nuggets! Wait, I got a ton of stone. I should trade with the stonemason. If there is stone in the stone chest, then I have fucked up, because I haven't been trading it. Or I've been digging too much in the stone layer. Either way, I have fucked up. Boop, 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 boop. Hello, Brian! I come to speak with not you. I come to speak with your better dressed friend. Alright, thank you, Brian. Okay, bye, Brian. No, I will not buy your wares. Yes, I'm still mad about you entering my house. You know what I now think happened originally, now that I'm thinking about it? Because I think a new farmer showed up at it. No, the farmer... No, yeah. I think a new farmer showed up out of nowhere. And I don't know who the farmer was. Because I think that was before I made Brian's new house. And I think someone... Like, Brian had been away from his bed for so long that he disconnected from it. So then someone saw an empty bed and had a child without me realizing it. And I never saw the child until it grew up. And then that child then stole Brian's bed. So once Brian was finally freed from his prison of bad AI...
Of bad AI.
Because that was the only reason why he stayed inside of his shop and not went to a bed somewhere, is because bad AI. Once he was freed from his prison, he went to the only other available bed in the village, which was mine.
Mm.
I think that's how that worked. What are you doing right now?
Me?
Yeah, you.
I am doing a scene with my role-playing guild on Final Fantasy XIV as we chat.
Damn, okay. I was about to
Were
be
you
like,
about to try and rope me into something for the next 45 minutes or 40 minutes?
that was about to be what was going to happen. You're accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Because my options right now are go mining. Yeah.
Go mining.
At the moment, because I'm just trying to... My biggest thing is that progression-wise, the way that I would get better armor is by I'd get more diamonds. And I want Fortune 3 before I even attempt diamonds. And you get Fortune 3 by getting experience, which you do by mining and farming, which I've done both of to the max I can and without more mining. So I just need to go mining again. I could expand a farm, but I don't really feel like doing that today. Like, I kind of want to expand the farmland, period. But I don't want to do that today. I think I will go and hunt a monster or two. And die. The remaining rest of the stream. I think this was progressive? Productive. It was productive
And
Minecraft.
listen, you've had a few really long streams. One short stream isn't going to kill you, right? If that's what you decide to do.
Nope, I want to beat up a monster.
Okay. I mean, what I'm doing right now is probably going to end around midnight, and maintenance is at 1 anyway, so I can't continue.
Mm.
Um, so after I finish with this, I might try and join you for a bit.
Well, I mean, I won't be going till 1, but, you know.
Oh, fair. Never mind then.
But I probably will be going until a little past 12.
We
You know.
might get a single home 10.
Yeah. Have you bothered trying any of the I've just realized I never changed any of my tags. So I've been playing a blind co-op hardcore Minecraft. Oops. Also, hardcore was nowhere in my tags, so absolutely no one knew this was a hardcore stream. Oh. I probably need to continue adding hardcore to my title, because
Yeah.
that's how you find a stream, is through the title.